Go for it.
All right, everybody, welcome into tonight's episode of D and Dorks. Now, there wasn't a recording last week. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties. You didn't miss much, just, a big fight with a lich and some really cool aerial stunts involving Dimension Door and sneak attacks and Featherfall. Actually, it was really dope. Also, Mandarb died. Oof. So actually, you missed quite a bit, so we'll do a quick recap. At the start of last week, they opened up. Actually, I'll just show you the battlefield they opened up on because it's pretty cool. I might have crashed Roll20 by moving tokens on this battlefield because I put so many things on it, but we're just going to throw you back there and crash Roll20 again. About to this battlefield. If you want to make sure you zoom out so you can really get the full breadth of this situation here. They were kind of at the very back of the zombie horde looking forward towards the humanoids that were assaulting the city, this being just the leading edge of the zombies. Quick discussion. They decided, you know what? Let's head back into the city. Actually, maybe we need to try and stop this. We did kind of start it, and by we, I mean McGear. So let's go try and kill a lich. That's a great idea. Who is currently floating about 100 feet above the center of the city. They rode back there, and on the way, they came up with a plan to do some dope aerial stuntage involving magic and sneak attacks to use the Cloak of Mont Blanc to take two of them, Dimension Door, 10 feet above him or something like that, dropping down onto him, stabbing him along the way, and then having the wizard catch them with Featherfall on the way down, which is just dope. Which they do. Needless to say, Vecna was surprised. He has a lot going on, a lot of different skillets in the fire, wasn't paying super close attention to their presence.
A Sararak?
Who did I say?
Vecna.
Oh, no, sorry, a Sararak, not Vecna. You're right. This one's not Vecna. He's elsewhere right now. He's a little preoccupied. Sararak, my bad. Did not see them coming. And it was a great sneak attack. Maja slapped him in the face with his lance, which did nothing because it's not a magical lance. Kedron stabbed him, kind of through the eye, which the sword then slid out, and they actually got a second round of attacks on him because on his turn, at the top of the round, he teleported to the ground. Because you know what? I'm about to fry all your bacon. Let's see. They then started falling towards the ground. Maja rode his lance like a pogo stick straight down towards Vecna's head, or a Sararak's head. A Sararak's head, which was super cool. Again, especially if it was a magical lance. Kedron shot a fire arrow at it while falling. Super cool. Ilara rode Mandarb into battle, firing her magic bow given to her by her father. A Sararak cast a really cool spell that just nullifies spells outside of 10 feet, like that are cast from outside of 10 feet of him, as long as they're 5th level or lower. Super cool. Father Ironcloak threw in some pretty hard hits before that happened, though. He did get Spiritual Weapon counterspelled, though, because Spiritual Weapon bad. You all kind of congregated on the ground. The Featherfall was successfully cast, forming up to really throw down with this guy. At which point he takes about 3 steps to the right to make sure everybody's within a nice 25-foot ball, then detonates in a 9th level fireball, instantly killing Mandarb, knocking out McGear, toasting everyone else, and leaving Maja at like 1 HP. This was a rough go, or maybe it was Alara at 1 HP. I don't know. Somebody was at 1 HP. Big O Toasty explosion. Seeing you all very much on your last leg and having a Big O zombie boy up there punching the doors of the library, decided, you know what? I got bigger fish to fry. Plus, my friend just showed up. The friend being a Dracolich of an ancient dragon, tearing itself out of the ground from underneath the city. At which point, the battle for Chilling really commenced. Large bolts of magic flying against the Dracolich, shattering off pieces of bone, one of which slammed into the ground in front of you. Maja went, oh, that's cool, and yoinked it. As even more fireballs and ballista bolts began flying into the city as the battle reached its fever pitch, and Vecna flew away. Or not Vecna.
A Sararak.
A Sararak You know what? Screw it. It's Vecna. He has one hand because the other one's in your bag. It's Vecna now. Acererak flew away into the night to continue his business because he has much more important things to do. Um, oh yeah, important note: his daughter was nowhere to be seen during any of this. You all decided to run
Yeah.
towards the library as this monstrosity was coming towards you. The library door did open, um, allowing you entry. You were able to kill the monster on your way, as it had already battered itself against this door pretty good. Ilara finding a shiny axe to grab along her way there. You got inside of the library, at which point all of the sounds of battle and chaos and destruction and the moans of the undead just silenced. You could not hear them from within the walls. It was peace. You were there for a few minutes before deciding, you know what? We should just leave this town. This isn't a good town. We shouldn't be here. We have other places to be. Let's not be here. Being very afraid that you would have to pay some unknown price for usage of the teleportation circle in the basement, you decided to try it anyway. Upon reaching it, you were asked if you wanted to use it. You said, "Yeah, what's the cost?" I believe that might have been Kedron. At which point the monk replied with, "I said my doors were always open to you." This monk, of course, being directly controlled by the eldritch entity that sits in that back room over there. A little bit of conversation, a few insight checks later, you realize, oh, this thing sees absolutely no difference between turning a doorknob and casting a teleportation spell. That's fun. But hey, we can use a teleportation circle, so that's a bonus. Y'all had Father Ironcloak cast Sending to one of the people you had met in the Library of Martin, the capital city of the Kingdom of Buckingaia, which you are in, and the only other teleportation circle you've ever really interacted with besides the specifically linked and also busted ones over in like Kangakuru out to the forest area in that other country. I forget the name of, and I'm not looking up right now. The one that dumped you in the middle of the Feywild the last time you tried it.
Fucking Gaia?
Was it Buckingaia? No, you're in Buckingaia right now. It's way out to the west.
Keep going, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I have food for you guys.
Buchishamia, like all the way to the west, the southern country.
Yeah, and there's apples.
So you cast Sending. You heard, oh, chilling. Okay. At which point you then step through the teleportation circle to the sound of blaring alarms and horns and lots of spears being pointed towards you, and more soldiers pouring into this teleportation room that the library keeps. Lots of spears pointed in your direction. Which I will go ahead and take you back to the library map because hey, you guys are in a library. Not that it's a map; it's a library background. I'm gonna
I still can't hear anyone.
We'll just pause that
One
and
second.
we'll go with. Sure, why
We're
not?
all
Medieval City.
surrounded with spears pointed at us.
Very surrounded. Like a lot of guys and even more pouring in. All of them have shields and spears, and you have some archers like up on a balcony, like crossbows pointed at you.
Raise hands. Hello there.
Drop your weapons. Dismount now. A commanding voice calls out. For those of you who are mounted, not Kedron.
Hands are already up. Not
Oh
middle.
yeah. Drop your weapon. All of them off the belts. Kick them away.
Reach down. Click off the
Slowly.
do the belt. Drop.
Yep. All right, I'll have to write this in pen because I don't have a pencil on me. That's brilliant. Okay, writing things in my notebook and in pen. A single individual steps forward, an older gentleman, very, very grizzled, sort of a gray beard, gray hair, full plate armor, very done up, but also functional. It has some scuffs and bumps on it. You can tell this guy has been in action before. And where a lot of like nobility and stuff, even when they get battle damage on their uniform, they'll usually repair it. He keeps it on there. this man is very much form or function over form. He steps forward. He has a shield, which he plants on the ground. He has his sword in his scabbard, not drawn. He hands the shield off to another man beside him and goes, "So, you all come from Chilling."
Not originally, but we found ourselves there after attempting to teleport in for research, not knowing what we were getting ourselves into, so we promptly got ourselves out.
Well, you see, that's a problem. By order of the king, anyone from Chilling, well, there's been a slash and burn order given on the city. An undead infection.
May I point out the wording there? From Chilling. We're not from Chilling, we were just there.
You came from Chilling. That was your last place of origin, which leaves me in an interesting circumstance, doesn't it? As you say, you only teleported in and then away, if you are to be believed. Although, to be fair, I don't know you, so I have no reason to trust you nor distrust.
But we're clearly not undead.
Oh, sure, but undead come from somewhere. And as far as we can tell, you're the only not undead that we've heard from the city in a few weeks. The last survivors that actually weren't infected were picked up over 2 weeks ago. And yet here you are. Now, your story may be true and it may not. We'll have to find out, won't we? Here's how
Suppose
it's
we
going to go
survived
down.
the protection of the Allfathers. I'm just going to hand forward our, papers of identification as being officials of the church.
So you start to reach for your papers of identification that's in your bag.
Very slowly, like in just with the very
Not
tips of
reach
my
for
fingers.
anything yet. You will be inspected. This is how this is going to go down. I have a priest on the way from the church to give an inspection and an interrogation. Magics will be cast that will ensure that you tell the truth. You will not resist. If you resist, or if you are found to be in any way infected or culpable for the infection in the city, you will be summarily executed. This is my compromise. I don't enjoy killing in cold blood. But orders are orders. The alternative is I slaughter you all here and claim it under the slash and burn orders of anyone coming out of Chilling.
I like the first option better.
I thought you might. Any objections? Let's see.
Oh,
Looks
no.
over this.
I'll
Very
volunteer
well.
first.
My name is Sir Killian. Have a seat. There aren't any chairs.
I'm just gonna pop us.
Be in.
Just sit down.
All right, so you guys wait a few minutes. Everyone is very tense. All of the soldiers are on high alert. No one is relaxing. The crossbows are trained on you. The spears are up. Everyone is basically waiting for you to turn into some undead monster and try to eat them. Right?
Look at one of the crossbowmen. Hey, you that you've left your safety on.
Did he actually leave his safety on? Is the question.
I don't know. That's up to you.
He checks. The safety is on. Clicks it off real quick and points it back at you. Sir Killian just kind of looks up at him, shakes his head. This is the equivalent of a 4-star who you just called this guy out in front of. This guy hates you now. After a few minutes, a Aarakocra individual comes walking in. No wings. He is wearing some very interesting robes, which you all recognize, actually. It's from a sect that Brother Eol was from, if you remember him all the way back in the day, that engage in ritual self-mutilation as part of their sort of a little out there religious sect, right? You got those guys, you got the guys that fought naked. I already forgot his name. He's dead. Whatever.
Cool.
Brother Thule was part of, like, these are like the outer extremities of sort of the church society. comes walking in. These guys are known to be very hardline, especially in all things heresy, religion, and undeath. Literally anything on that, they're very hardline as a general rule. And this individual is older. As he comes walking in, Sir Killian turns and goes, "Ah, Father Tekken, welcome." Tecan. No, not Tekken. Not that Tekken. Comes walking in and goes, "These are the individuals." Father Tekken looks you all over and goes, "So, how many of you are wearing like attire that is easily recognizable as part of the priesthood?" I imagine Maja, as he just came from Vatica.
At the moment,
Well,
I mean, I
Brother
have
Ironcloak. Correct. You've
general, like,
upgraded armor since we've left, right? Since you left Vatica the first time.
Who, me?
Kristen.
I don't think I've upgraded armor, have I?
You started with chainmail.
Don't think I ever got anything else.
Oh, cool. Well then, yeah, you still have your standard armor then. Cool. So Maja, Kristen, Father Ironcloak, Kedron, are you wearing like your weird like bug breastplate and your cape of Mont Blanc and like all that stuff that's just not easily identifiable as an Inquisitor?
yeah, but I still would have basically the equivalent of a badge, I imagine. For
Yeah, it's in your bag. The bags have been. The bag of holding is a bag of holding. They don't know what to think for when they reach in there. They're like, bag of holding. We'll set that aside for. But the regular bags have been searched. Young ain't got any heresy in your bags, do you? Except for the bag.
yeah,
What, like the hand of Vecna?
I said other than the bag of holding. They didn't know what to think about when they stuck their hand in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Naja, you have a dragon bone. That's not heresy. That's just a big piece of bone.
No, I missed the bag of holding part and instantly just like, oh crap. The hand.
So, yeah, no, cool. No heresy. The badge is handed over, and he looks over and goes, priests. What are you all doing in Vatica?
special assignment. I'm gonna go ahead and present my papers to him of our special assignment.
Oh, they're
And
handed to him.
I'll start telling, huh?
They're handed to him. Your bag has been thoroughly searched, and all of the important stuff has been laid out for observation. He goes, interesting. Well, on with the inspection then. And he kind of waves his hand and does a little bit. Ironcloak, you recognize this. This is the, the detect good and evil or whatever that lets you sense undead?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he looks at all of you. None of you are undead, right? Like, y'all didn't pick that up while I wasn't looking.
Not that I know of.
Maja,
No.
are you undead? Okay,
No.
cool. As long as you're not undead, we're fine. Kind of looks at you all, kind of clicks his beak a little bit. Well, good news is I don't see any undeath. Time for the interrogation. Don't resist. And he is going to step forward and cast Zone of Truth. Do any of you resist? Anybody?
I'll let it
No?
slide for now.
Cool.
No question mark.
Zone of Truth is a spell that literally just makes it where you can't tell a lie. This is the spell that the general was telling you earlier. We're gonna cast it, and if you resist, we'll execute you on the assumption that you have something to hide about chilling.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
well, you know, Bryant, the wheel we use is the wheel wills.
I mean, if you want to resist and roll for it, go for it, my dude.
No, that you're not picking up what I'm laying down. I said I truths.
Cool. All right, so spell reads. You create a magic zone that guards against deception of 15-foot spheres entered on the point of your choice within range. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell's area for the first time or starts its turn must make a charisma saving throw. You all didn't because you don't want to resist it, right? That's why I'm asking if you're choosing to fail. A creature can't speak a deliberate lie within the radius. An affected creature is aware of the spell and can avoid answering the question to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such a creature can be evasive in its answer as long as it remains within the boundary. So at this point, you are a fae. Any words you speak must be the truth. You can be evasive or obfuscative as you like. Father Tekken will look around and go, click, click. Nope, none of them resisted. All yours, General. At which point, Sir Killian steps forward and goes, well then. Were any of you bitten or infected while in the city?
That's no, right?
Out of character, Maja. I mean, not Maja.
Magir?
Yeah.
Am I playing for Magir or somebody else?
You can.
Well, I
can't
mean, I
speak for the
can,
moments of all the
but I
others,
also
but
have 3 kids by myself.
I'll respond first. I can't speak for every moment of all the others, but I can speak for myself. I was not bitten or infected in any way.
I don't recall anyone. Because if I remember out of character, I think I wasn't there, and my guy was technically panicking. So I don't know
Yeah,
about
probably wouldn't have noticed. You were in a panic attack.
Yeah.
He looks at Father Ironcloak.
No, I wasn't.
Looks at Ilara.
No, I wasn't bitten.
Looks at Magir.
Am I playing for Magir or somebody else?
You probably know Josh best, so.
We'll do rolls if you just want to talk for him
Yeah.
when you're around.
Okay. I mean, if he was cast Zone of Truth, he has to say yes, right?
He can't lie.
Can't directly
Okay,
lie.
so what exactly did happen to him? Because I don't remember the exact specifications of what happened
He
to
got
him.
bit on the leg. He got infected, got to Acerak's house, nearly died, and then cast Remove Curse on himself to cure the infection.
I do not have any current afflictions.
Somebody roll a deception on his part. Is that
pull it up.
deception or persuasion? Ooh, that's hitting
That's
it,
what you
but
call. You can
I'll
let.
make it choice.
you can
I'll make
let
it
us
Jailer's
choose.
choice because that very much runs the. No, he's trying to deceive him by no current afflictions. Do a deception. It's a natural 1. It doesn't matter unless Joshua rolls a natural 1.
No, but that's a 7. Natural 4 for 7.
Literally a natural 1 on my guy's part. He looks at him and goes, "The spell holds." Yes. Very well. Then one more question. Were any of you at all responsible or involved in the outbreak that took place in this city?
I don't think our party was involved or caused it.
Define involved. I mean, like we went there.
Responsible for this happening. I don't know. You set something in motion. You cast a spell. You gave someone I don't. Are you involved? It's a simple question.
The most I could say that may be involved, and I doubt it even is, a while back we hunted down a dark caster to try to take some things back for the library for this library. You should have records. He was a dark caster. We saw things of undead. It may have angered him and caused him to lash out, but that's all I could say.
I want a group persuasion roll. So the group total needs to be, we'll say 35 for a group total, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people rolling. That's only an average of persuasion.
How do you roll a 0?
That's not even possible. What the heck?
I'm gonna go ahead and add my inspiration.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'll add mine too.
Oh, we're doing a group roll like everybody rolls?
Yes,
Yeah, I'll
everyone
go
rolls.
ahead and roll for.
Okay.
Do another roll for Josh real quick too.
I'm
Okay.
adding
I
mine.
actually do not have access to Josh's because I'm logged in under me.
Yeah,
I
have
can have
access, I
Jacob
can-
handle rolls for now.
Inspiration's a
Okay.
D6, right?
Yes, inspiration is a
Alright.
D6. Maji, you want to go along with this? You rolled a 0, man. I got to do something for this. You very specifically remember McGear talking about handing the book over to a Sarac. Whether or not you keep that to yourself, or whether or not you can,
Wait, I actually don't remember that.
He wouldn't remember that. He was panicking.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
when he was in his panic attack.
28, 6. Okay, let's count this up. 0. Maja, you think you might be lying, actually. You might have caused this. Like, you had a dream once about rising a bunch of undead in a random city that looked really close to this place. You might be the cause. Now you're panicking about that. So let's see. I got a calculator here.
33,
So 0,
FYI,
39.
20. Well, there's a 20 and a 28. It's 40-something, 50-something. It doesn't matter. You all pass.
And should I also point out that the tail I'm spinning also connects it back to this library?
Yeah, that's why the DC was so roll for a 5-group check. All right, you needed an average of like 6 to get the roll. Okay, to get a 35. I wanted to make it like even moderately difficult. It would be a group roll of 50, and that would be a 10 apiece.
Well, we got 67, so either way.
Yes. He looks at you all and goes, "Very well. You will be kept for observation for 24 hours. If at the end of that time you do not present any symptoms of undeath, you will be released. You will follow me to our holding cells now." Do y'all follow?
Yeah.
I mean, I
You wanna
don't
try
think
and fight? I
there's
don't know.
another
Yeah.
You wanna-
choice.
I mean, you could try and fight back. You could try and use a teleportation circle that's behind you. You have choices. It's just, are they good choices? So you all turn and
also,
march out.
FYI.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm rolling from my app and I cannot figure out how to turn off disadvantage. Is that gonna be a problem?
Okay, that's fine. No, whenever it's just a straight roll, we'll just take the leftmost.
Okay.
And then whenever it's advantage, we'll take the higher of the two. Whenever it's disadvantage, we'll take the lower.
Hey, you know what
Not
else
a
that
big
we
deal.
can do? What I literally just did. Turn off disadvantage for her.
You can do that. I was just gonna leave it so if she needs advantage, it's there. But so you all march to these holding cells. It is the city jail. They cordon off an area for you, throw you all in a cell. Kristen, you get your own cell. Congratulations, the only lady of the party. 24 hours passes unless there are things you guys want to do while in prison. Or do y'all just chill?
Do we get to keep our stuff or did they take it away?
Oh no, they took it away when they put you in jail, and they'll give it back to you at the end of this 24 hours.
Well, that was rude.
Well, I suppose this is better than being gnawed on by undead. Kind of kick a pebble across the holding cell.
Aye, no kicking pebbles. It's against Rule 5. It's on the wall. You look, Rule 5, no kicking pebbles. Rule 1, no peeing on guards.
I'll reach down and slap the pebble across the floor.
Every now and again.
He walks over with a piece of chalk, crosses out kicks, and puts bouncing pebble across ground. And then just stares at
Every
you.
now and again.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say every now and again, Alara makes some random bird calls.
Oh my god, will you stop? Like you're just driving this guard insane, and he hates all of you, and he forgets to give you dinner. Oops.
Wow, so mean.
As he's walking by, is he like walking by the jail cells?
He has his little guard post up there. He doesn't walk by often.
Oh, I was going to say I was going to reach my hand through and tap him on the shoulder.
Do you guys want to go to jail for real? This is how you go to jail for real.
Technically, we're already in
I'm
jail
not
for
doing
real.
anything else.
You
That
guys
was all
are
I
in
did.
quarantine right now. You are simply in quarantine. They were being really nice to you, like all the guards and everything, until you started like messing with this guy. Now you're just pissing him off, and he wants to throw you in
I
jail.
did
for
one
real.
thing. That's
It's
it.
only one guard. It's his word against all 5 of us.
Yeah, they're gonna believe the guard. Anyways, to morning, you all released. Your stuff is given. It is a new guard at the door, and he's like, "Man, I don't know what you did to Jimmy last night, but y'all better watch out. Don't run into him in a bar. He might punch y'all one."
We don't know. We were sound asleep.
Well, to be fair, we did just escape from basically hell. We were a bit on edge.
Tavern down the road, good place to drink. Take it off. Anyways, peace. Get out of my jail.
Very, very professional. Very professional. And I'm walking out.
It's like it's my jail. I do what I want.
Get out.
Yep.
Burst into Salazar's.
Y'all, all y'all hot hoofing it to Salazar's.
I'm going.
Why not?
All right, give me just a second. All right.
I'll go to Salazar's too.
Y'all go to Salazar's. Okay. You all get there. You open the door. It is Salazar's. Hello,
Who's manning the table?
Salazar's.
Salazar, remind me not to vacation in Chilling anymore.
Oh yes, terrible place, dreadful thing. I shut down my door there.
We noticed.
Did you go?
We weren't exactly informed of what was happening.
Oh. Well, that sucks. Glad to see you made it out.
Encourage me to look into some new hardware. What do you have?
Primarily ingredients. What are you looking for?
Well, you occasionally have something a bit more substantial.
Anything in particular you're looking for?
I had a list that was in my brain before we started, but now it's all gone. I don't know what happened to it.
Are you looking for weapons, armor? I'm trying to figure out like what you're looking for so I can see if he has it or not.
Oh,
I don't just have a
Listen,
list for
I had
him.
a list.
can Sal?
Darn it, I had a list. I had a plan. What was I gonna? I don't remember anymore. It's gone now. My
Sorry, what was that,
brain.
Macho?
So since I'm completely new to Salazar,
Yeah.
No, you
I'm
met
gonna
him
pop the-
once before. We hit him
Right.
up in the town with the
but that was a brief interaction.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the shop wasn't actually open, technically. Right?
No, we
No,
took the
shop.
test and leveled up there, and you joined
Yeah.
our party with him.
Right.
Yeah, so you've met Salazar.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna plop the dragon. What was that called? Oh.
The Dragonbone Shard?
Yeah, and ask if Salazar can make a weapon of or something out of it.
He kind of
Or
looks
no.
at it and goes, out of a bone. What kind of bone is this?
Very large undead dragon bone. I slaughtered the thing myself. It was awesome. You should have been there.
So one deception check.
Oh, great.
Oh, not characters. That's not what I wanted. You could actually make me whip out my character sheet for him. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm saying it with a grin too.
Oh, so you're not actually trying to convince him?
No.
Oh, okay. I was about to roll an insight, but I'm gonna do it anyway because he's really good at these and it's funny. What'd you get on that deception by chance?
11.
Oh, cool. It's a 14 on Salazar. Low roll. He looks at you and looks at the bone and goes, "In your brain, ha, dragon bone, good one. Elephant, dinosaur,
You should identify this. It's actually came from some sort of large undead, draconic-looking beast. If you'd like, look into my mind and see it, if I assume that's in your capability.
Yes, but not right now. And he begins to identify. He doesn't bother with ritualizing it because now he's intrigued, and he goes, "Oh my! What would you like for this?"
It to be made into a weapon.
Outside of my purview, but I do have a daughter who could. I'll be right back. He goes up some stairs. Hey, Kedron, you remember what you were looking for yet?
No, but there is something that's been on a long laundry list that I never expect to get, but I'll ask for it anyway.
Sure.
Any Ioun stones.
Nah.
Darn it.
He
You gotta
does
get-
have some adamantine sitting in a bucket over there that is for sale for not cheap. That could definitely be forged into like armor or adamantine weapons, which gives an extended crit range, I think. Let's see. There's that. He always has Dawnstone on hand. It's a very basic crafting material, right? You need for a lot of enchantment stuff. Are you looking for weapons, for armor? What are you after?
I'm always down for better weapons or armor either. Not looking for anything super fancy or, but like armor's always fine.
There is a spot on a wall that is empty with a plaque beneath it that says Invisible Dagger.
Does it count as magical for getting past like resistances and stuff?
I mean, I imagine it's invisible. You can ask him about it when he comes back.
All right.
A few moments later, Salazar returns along with his daughter, which some of you have met before, Kaylee, which is a red-winged tiefling, very deep, almost like a crimson sort of skin tone, curling horns, black hair, the whole nine. Big old tool belt. She comes walking down, goggles up on her head with all sorts of like flip-down magnifiers and everything, and she walks over, slaps her goggles on her head, flips some things down, looks at the bone, and goes, "These don't exist." But where did you? Where? But they're not. They don't.
Would you believe it's the second that we've run into?
Now I know you're lying. Tell me you're lying.
This
Please.
one was
tell
undead,
me.
the other one was trapped underneath a mountain and cased in stone.
I'm gonna need you to stop talking now because I don't want dragons to be real. And I'm
yeah.
gonna pretend you're
No,
lying.
I-
And
well-
this one you found underground already dead, and you dug it up or something. That's what I'm saying because I can't handle anything else right now.
Technically, it dug itself up.
Nope. Hush, please.
Yeah, trust me, I feel the same way. You should have seen me when we saw the first one.
Nope.
It-
I'm
it-
not cute.
I'm not. No, get out of my store, or stop talking. One of the two. Salazar is chuckling actually.
If
He
it helps,
goes, I mean, I
if
knew
it
that
helps,
used to
any its wing
exist.
was blown off.
That does actually. It's like, oh yeah, you should have seen me the time I faced down Vidanog. That was terrifying. Don't worry, he's already dead. Was when I met him, and he enslaved me, and when I got free. He's been dead for a while. It's a whole thing. I knew
Maybe the
dragons used to
things We've
exist.
seen aren't that weird after all.
What?
So maybe the things we've seen aren't that weird after all.
You ever been to the Shadowfell? You ever seen a dragon that died eons ago and has rewritten your mind and made you his little errand boy for like 5 decades, and then you finally get free because you found religion?
No,
Yeah, it's a weird world.
so
Anyways,
this dagger, what can you? Is there actually like I'm gonna reach up and try to feel it? Do I feel a
there's
dagger?
dagger there. You nick your finger a little bit because you hit the blade, not the hilt. There's definitely a dagger there. He goes, ah, yes, the invisible dagger. Nifty little item. The person attuned to it actually knows where it's at. Also, if you throw it, it reappears in the last sheath you had it in, which is really handy.
That would quite. How much are you asking for this?
For that, it's quite a nice piece. Digs really well, a little bit of teleportation magic on it. You're not doing much in trade. I usually deal in trade, although I will give it to you for that dragon bone.
Nope.
Probably not.
Worth a shot.
Tell you what, if I get another one, yeah,
Yeah,
We'll
you
get
said you
another one.
normally deal
Name
in
me price.
trade, correct?
I do trade.
Partial deck of illusion.
Not that uncommon. Useful, but not that uncommon. I could knock probably partial deck. You say not even a full.
Only
I'd knock
used full
gold,
cards.
full cards. I'd knock 150 gold off the price, which would bring it down to about 4,850 gold.
Let me find my bank account. I have it on an app on my phone to keep it set so I can track my bank account separately from my gold on person.
Yep.
Keep going with other people while I do that.
Hey, who's got the bag of holding right now?
oh no.
I think McGear does.
McGear does.
Unless somebody else grabbed it up on your way out of the holding cells. Because at this point, it's whoever grabbed it.
I can't remember. I feel like it wasn't okay because Kedron had it for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think McGear does.
Yeah, unless Kedron says he does, I'll just
Yeah,
ask
Um,
McGear.
Cool.
McGear, I'm gonna run into town and buy some rations and some arrows. My gosh, and some other stuff. Do you mind if I borrow that to take with me? And I'm playing McGear as well. Do you want me to
Yeah,
talk
right.
for
So, yeah,
Okay.
he'll probably say sure. I don't feel like this is probably an uncommon thing on shopping runs, so you don't have to it's a much easier dump it in and
What'd you say that price tag was?
Okay.
4,850 if you trade the deck of illusion in. He wants 5,000 gold for this thing as his asking price.
Also that pristine basilisk thing that I got with Thule. I know that's in the bag as floating as well.
Yeah, if anybody wants to grab that out before.
Oh yeah. Do you guys
Killer
need
takes out.
anything from the bag before I head out?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Besides the basilisk thing, maybe.
Okay.
I don't really care, but Maja said something about it.
Well, no, so Maja doesn't know about that, but I was saying
Oh, okay.
because I don't know if it ever was wrote down.
Okay.
All right. Well, if no one has anything to grab, I'm gonna head out.
Go for it. So she takes that, exits out the door, goes off for a bit. Anyone
I'll go
else
ahead
in
and
here?
buy it, not including the deck. I'm going to keep the deck.
Okay, you drop 5,000 gold. You don't even negotiate for it. He takes it off the wall, hands it to you. Goes, careful now. Grab here. This is the handle. Grab the handle. He hands you a piece of paper that describes it. This is the invisible dagger. It is a +1 dagger. It is invisible to anyone except for. It's invisible to the person who is attuned to it as well. You just know where it's at, and you know which end the hilt is, because that's important. +1 does all of that. Whenever you throw it, it immediately at the beginning of the next turn, it reappears. Or no, sorry, this one isn't the beginning of the next turn. This one is as soon as it hits a target or falls to the ground if you miss, it then reappears in the sheath.
You said it's a dagger +1 technically as well?
Yes.
All right, I already have a dagger +1 in my stealth, so I'll just add invisible to that.
Cool.
Not sure, because I had a dagger +1 for a while, then I got rid of it because I traded it for my sword.
And it has one more ability on there because I gotta justify the 5,000 gold price tag because that's a lot of money. It has a charge on it to where you can use the charge, and you can make someone make a Constitution saving throw once per day, DC 15, or they are blinded for 1 turn until the beginning of your next turn.
All right. At some point, like after, could you send me like a quick text with that so I can put it in?
Yeah, jot down
Okay.
notes for now while I'm handling other stuff, and then we'll go over it later. Cool. Iron Cloak. Anything in the store that you're
Well,
after?
one, I want to go check the bounty board, see if there's any like neat bounties and stuff.
There's one for a lava snail.
Cool.
Yeti pelts is another one. Any number of Yeti pelts, honestly. He's fine with whatever number. And let's see, what else would be on there that'd be a really good one? Demon ooze.
Do what?
Demon ooze.
Demon ooze.
Yeah, like whenever demons die, they melt into ooze. He's looking for
Doesn't
that.
Father Ironcloak have a jar of demon
I
ooze
would
he's
never.
had since...
I would never carry that because that seems like it would be heretical to have, and certain priests wouldn't like that.
Thought it was in
It's
the
worth
bag
about
of holding.
500 gold a vial.
You have a jar of it.
Yeah, that's like probably what, 6-7 vials.
It's a gallon jug.
So I missed the very beginning. Where did we teleport to? Where did we decide to teleport to?
Martin. That is the capital city of the Kingdom of Buckingaya, and is where you guys got your boat from. Originally going down towards Azerland, and the one that shipwrecked.
Yeah, the one that we sailed
Okay.
out of, the place we sailed
Yep.
out of before we got captured by pirates.
So how,
Yeah, I got it.
how many vials are in a gallon jug? Oh wait, no, I have a vial. Never
Hey
mind.
Jacob, how big is a vial?
I have one vial.
You have a
of,
vial?
of demon sludge.
Okay.
I have a gallon jug of fiend goop, which I'm assuming is different than demon sludge.
I mean, there are 2 types of fiends. There are devils and demons.
This
So whichever
this
type
is from
that
the
was.
centaur thing we killed in the Underdark.
What was that?
I don't think that was a devil. I think that was another demon.
Let me find out. I'm trying to figure out what that was called. Armonite? Yeah, the Armonite. That is in fact a demon.
Cool. So I have 1 gallon and 1 vial.
In
How
most
many
times,
ounces would we say in a
potions
vial?
are 8
Jacob?
ounces, which I would assume is a vial.
Okay, so there's 8 ounces. OZ 2 gallon. We're gonna say 1 gallon is 128 ounces. You divide that by 8.
He has a gallon plus 1 vial.
Well, I'm not worried about the other
I've-
vial yet. I'll add that in
I have
later.
17 vials of demon goop.
Yeah, you have exactly 17 vials of demon goop.
Well, that is just a pretty penny right there.
Yeah, that's a lot of cash.
That is a lot of cash. I'm gonna sell 16 vials of demon goop if he will buy that many vials of.
You come up, and so that's like the full gallon, right?
Yeah.
You drop the gallon on there on the table and slap down the bounty, and he goes, "Of course you do. You have a dragon bone and demon goo. Why do I even ask? Let me verify its contents. Just a moment. Maja, in the meantime, while he's verifying the contents and counting out a lot of gold, which, to be fair, most of which he just made off of the dagger. Maja, she is looking at this dragon bone, and after she calms down a little bit, looks at you and goes, "All right, what are we thinking about here? Are we looking at a sword, a bunch of daggers, several arrows? If it's a sword, I'm gonna have to inlay it for sure. Well, I could use that enchantment to work it. What are we thinking? What kind of weapon are we after?
Well,
Could do a bow, a dragonbone bow. That'd be cool.
thinking about a lance.
It's big enough.
And if there's any left over, maybe crossbow bolts.
Maybe. Tell you what, I think I can do a lance for sure. If I have any shards left over, I'll see what I can do on crossbow bolts. Okay.
Okay.
No guarantee on that. Whew. You brought me the material. That's a huge part of the cost. So you're just getting my enchantment services. It's gonna take me like. Honestly, I want to work on this. This is really cool. I'm moving it to the front of my line. Who gets to work with Dragonbone? Also, I'm gonna have to get this certified by a couple of different people that it is in fact Dragonbone, so I can like have the paperwork for it showing that I worked on freaking Dragonbone. So tack on an extra day for going to a couple different institutions, which honestly I just walk out that door for, to get this certified by them, so that it's like, yeah, she worked on Dragonbone. Like 3 days, and honestly, because I want to work on it, and this is gonna just do great things for me, and it's so cool. And you brought me the material. We'll call it an even 1,000 for the work.
Oh shoot. Out of character, we never did get your approval on whether or not Thor
Did you
would have.
submit the paperwork for the next of kin at the bank?
Sure. Because I
It takes
remember
a
running that.
several.
I remember running that by you, just never got an answer.
So you were in a city with that for 1 day,
Yeah.
and during that time, you guys never swung by the bank.
I'm gonna step up. Could he pay on pickup? He needs to sort out some things with the bank.
Sure, I will hold it as collateral. If you don't pay, I get to keep it.
Okay.
Awesome. I will get to work. Anything else in Salazar's for you guys?
I have a list of other things while he's counting my gold that I'm gonna see if he
I'm
wants.
sure you do. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we got some vampire fangs.
Oh, I also have a heart.
Has this random vampire heart just been chilling?
No,
Oh,
Also,
it was
where's
in
the
back-
vampire heart?
I
in the
have to
tank?
wait till Kristen gets
yeah,
back.
it's
in
in
the
the
bag,
bag,
holding.
but it's the one that we cast. Like
Oh yeah, the anti-rot thing on.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, have you been keeping that up, by the way, over like the
No,
months that it has
we
been?
went to like we went somewhere afterwards and actually paid to have it like.
Oh, permadone.
Yeah, because it was also for the whatever Kristen needed for her sword thing that she had. To
I know
keep.
that was the bones. That was on the plans for the rapier of life stealing. You guys were thinking
Okay,
about
then I guess it
trying
would
it
have
with
just been
a gallon
there.
of dwarven lifeblood. He goes, actually, vampire heart could be useful. I don't have a client for it, but it's an odd enough ingredient. I could probably use it. Put it on display. Somebody will buy it. Bring it by. Let me inspect it. I'll see.
Well, if it didn't decompose, but it was left out but prevented from decomposing, wouldn't that cause it to mummify?
I'm gonna have to look at the wording of the spell, but since it's magic, I'm gonna say it's fine. Because magic.
Yeah.
Anything else you're trying to hawk while you're there?
I also have Shisuva poison sacks. You know, maybe that's something he's interested in. We got some
I do have a
giant.
buyer who's always interested in poison.
Got a giant wolf scorpion stinger.
Same thing, and interesting. No, that's the Shisuva. Not my thing, but Kaylee, you interested in putting a stinger on like a shield or something? Bash attack, poison. That'd be cool. I can do that. Yeah, buy it. I'll use it.
I've got some basilisk guys. I got
No, thank you.
Catablebus tusk.
Didn't you already sell the Catablebus? No, you sold the Catablebus eyes to him.
Yes.
Not really useful. It's basically just big teeth.
I've got a bone naga tooth. Or teeth. I have 5 of those.
Big tooth can be turned into nice daggers. Not much else. Easy to enchant with poison, though.
I also have a jug of worms.
I don't know why you would have that, but at this point,
I have
I don't even want to know.
a jug of chisis worms. I doubt that's how you pronounce it. And I don't
I'm
remember
sorry,
where
you
I got
have what?
Yeah.
You're not leaving my store till we burn that.
Why? What's wrong with that?
So you heard about the infection in Chilling. Obviously, you were there. Worse, there was a time in ancient history, purportedly, they almost ended the world. Almost.
So having
Wait, where
Those
did we
things
get
are
those again?
incredibly dangerous. When you got attacked by a singular acolyte of Kuss, and he threw these worms at you, and they started burrowing into your skin to try to infect you
Where was that?
and
I do
turn you.
not.
The necromancer's lair, the short little necromancer,
Gotcha.
just before the dragon. It was overshadowed by the dragon.
so one
Yeah.
of these jugs would be bad to have, right?
The worms of Kuss would be incredibly bad to have.
Okay. So it'd be really bad if I had more than one jug of these.
Are you trying to end the world?
No, I didn't know what they did.
Good. I'd have to kill you. Yeah, we're gonna burn those. So please hand them over. You have them with you, don't you?
Yes.
You're not leaving my store until we burn them.
I will hand them over then.
Thank you. He proceeds to immolate them in arcane fire. Like, even the glass burns. Good. That was close. If that shattered in the city, we'd have Chilling 2.0. And maybe worse, because a singular worm can then multiply out of control.
Gotta love
Very
the
bad
blood.
news. Yeah, they're essentially the Flood. That's what that is.
Oh, darn it. That would have been really cool.
No!
Yeah,
That would have been
yes.
really bad.
Yeah, but like imagine walking up to a necromancer and he's like, I got zombies. And you're like, well, they're my zombies.
Yeah, sure, if they listen to you. Absolutely. Kristen. Oh, I lost her.
Yes.
Ilara?
No, you didn't.
Oh,
I
okay.
just couldn't.
Okay.
Unmute.
Ilara, you were walking to Salazar's. You remember stepping through this door of Salazar's. You are standing in a back alley with the bag of holding over your shoulder, an unfamiliar weight at your right hip, and the bag of holding flapping shut.
Cool. I just kind of blink. What's on my hip?
It's a new axe.
Not the one that she
If you
just got?
recall, when... Huh?
Not the one she just got?
No, another one.
Flying thing, like a unicorn.
If you recall, all the way back in the
It's a
dungeon
life
in Kangakuru, when a certain
You know
individual
what?
crawled out of your bag of holding,
Oh, here it comes.
and he had a really cool, pretty lunar axe that you really, really wanted. But he just laughed and said there's no way you could pay for it. It is that axe.
So I have my lunar axe.
Now hanging on your belt. There is a lunar axe on your belt.
And the crystal one is gone.
And I have a handout for you. Nope, crystal one's there too.
I don't know how to see if there's anything missing from the bag of holding because I have to think of what I'm looking for.
You can
But
turn
I
it over
reached
and dump
in-
it out.
Don't do
You
that.
can dump out the entire contents in one go, but maybe not do it on the street.
Yeah. I'm going to shake my head and go back to Salazar's.
you begin walking back towards Salazar's. I'm going to send a thing in Facebook Messenger real quick.
Okay.
Let me get logged in. You will need to identify that axe and the other one both to actually, and attune to actually be able to use them properly. But I'm just
Well,
going to
you
go ahead
can
and send
attune
it
to
to
something
you.
without identifying it and figure out what it does.
You can do it in that order, or you can identify it. I'm literally just sending it to you now to have it out of my way, basically.
But that'd be like a really stupid thing, especially if like it was cursed and you didn't know it till you attuned to it.
I'm saying it is possible. That's all I'm
Like
saying.
the
Yeah,
frog
that
armor.
is a thing you can do.
Oh, I know. Kedron proved that when he attuned to the dagger that was cursed.
All right, it is in your Facebook Messenger. You guys are probably wrapping up at Salazar's at this point. He offers to buy the heart if you have it on you for like probably like 300 gold. He doesn't have a specific use for it, but it's a cool thing, and he might be able to find a buyer for it. He'll give you 30 gold each for the poison sac, and he'll give you 60 gold for the stinger. What's her name?
No, we're not.
I'll hold on to the
His
heart for
daughter.
now. Let
The
me know
stinger?
if you have a specific buyer, though.
For the stinger?
No, for the heart. I'm holding on to
Okay.
it for now. I said just let me know if he ever has a specific buyer, though.
Okay. Kaylee wants the stinger for 30 gold. She said she's gonna embed it into a shield and make it a poison bash attack on it.
You're gonna be fine.
They offered you 30 gold for it.
Cool. And then so 30 for the stinger and 30 for the poison sac.
30 each for the 2 poison sacks.
I only had one.
Okay, so then 30 for that, so a total of 60 more gold.
I'm not going to take up any more time. I
Yeah.
remembered one of the things I wanted. Probably won't be at Salazar's, but if there's a general magic shop at some point, I'll stop by. Just +1 shields anywhere, at like a general magic shop.
He has one sitting in the corner. It's pretty easy.
Okay. How much?
Shoot. Let me find my pricing guide. I have like a whole thing. Tell me I brought it with me and I didn't lose it. I thought I did. It's over here. This is why warning, if you guys are going to go magic item shopping beforehand, like if you're in the mood for things, is good because I can like have this prepared. But, you know, in the moment things happen. I get it. All right. Ow! Stubbed my knee. Sorry. That hurt.
You stubbed your
Okay.
knee.
Yeah, there's a drawer that hangs down off of this desk, and I just slammed my knee into it as I was rolling back over here. I want A to Z. All items, A to Z. Now the question is, do you want the +1 shield? Do you want the +2 shield?
What's the price difference? What's the prices on? Do you have them both in front of you?
Yeah, +1 shield is 1,500 gold. +1 shield is 6,000 gold. Or +2 shield is 6,000 gold.
+2.
You got it. That is a +2 full bore shield. It is not a buckler or a target. It is a full on shield.
Oh, so I have one more question before we leave. Does I forget the daughter's name.
Kaylee.
Kaylee, does she do like enchanting?
Yeah, she is a artificer.
Can you enchant something that's already enchanted? Like, could you add an additional enchantment to it?
It gets risky and dangerous. It can be done. There runs a risk of blowing the thing up. It takes more components than it normally would. It's riskier, and there's a very non-zero chance of it going boom.
Is my Guando enchanted?
No.
It's because it's purely just the fact that it has spikes that it causes you to bleed.
Yeah, it's just straight up serrated.
Serration.
All right, I want to get like
And spikes. You can dismount things.
I want to get like some really cool like anti-undead enchantments on this thing. Like
Ooh. All right, hold on. Let me do a little research. Leave it here for me. I don't even need it here. Just let me do some research. I gotta see what I have. I haven't done a lot of anti-undead stuff, but this is fun. I can get you. Let me get back to you.
Okay.
This is a DM going. That's cool. Let me get back to you on that, because I'm gonna look into that during break, which we'll be going to very shortly. But first, Ilara, just as they're leaving Salazar's after doing all of their wheeling and dealing and selling and buying, and honestly, there's an almost even trade of money going on there, which is kind of funny to me. They start to leave, and you encounter them just as they exit Salazar's there in the street. Everyone, you see Ilara coming back. High passive perceptions. There's a new axe on her belt. Looks like she found one, which is pretty cool. I mean, she was going shopping, so unless you
I
hid
walk
it,
up.
I don't know.
No, I didn't hide it.
Okay.
I walk up to them, guys, and I take the bag of holding off my back. I did not ask for this. I did not
The bag? You literally asked for
leave
that.
Salazar's. Except that was not me.
What?
And I found myself in an alleyway. I blacked out, guys.
Yeah, we're finding a inn so we can sit down and talk. Privately. Let's move.
You all head that way, and we'll go ahead and take our break. All right, and we're back. You all were heading quickly to a tavern. Were you trying to get a private room? You said speak
Yeah,
privately.
well,
So.
get like an inn/tavern, get rooms because we're probably gonna be here overnight anyway.
Yeah,
Plus,
no, you
we
can
wanna
you
talk.
can get your inn over there. Just a little random inn. I'm not naming this one. Bite me.
The prancing pony?
You guys have already found that one, and it's not here. Okay,
The galloping
Easing the badger.
stallion.
that's the one. It's the galloping stallion. Okay,
What? Not
it's
eating the
either that or
badger?
the crowing cock. One of the two.
I feel like you're not appreciating my reference.
I'm not. I'm ignoring your reference.
It's a good reference.
Okay. Lodging per day. What type of inn are we going for? Like modest, comfy, wealthy, noble. Like how high end are we going here?
Mid tier.
Mid tier. So like modest or comfy?
Comfy.
Sure.
Comfy, including your meal, will be 13 gold per or 13 silver per day. So 1 gold, 3 silver. Which at this point is just chump change to you guys. Like, do you even care? Probably not. You just
Out
sure
of a
and
play
throw
fund
it at their
anyway.
feet. So, you all have rooms. You all have food available to you. It's like midday at this point.
Well, right now we're having a conversation to figure out what's going on. So we're all gonna go to one room.
Awesome. You're all convening in one room. There you are.
All right. So now that we're here, I was about to
Ooh,
ask her a
dropped her.
question.
Now that we're here,
Hilara runs away.
Uh,
We'll give her a second to come back.
while we're waiting on her, how would Modula go about doing the next of kin?
So you would go to the bank, you would pick up a form, you would fill it out, you would need some sort of verification of death. A couple of witness signatures stating that you are in fact the next of kin, usually signed by a noble of that region. Man, sure hand you have one of those with you.
I don't know.
With a signet ring.
I don't think Maja was related to Thule. That seems like, a real stretch there.
So that would be up to Kedron to sign or not. That's his thing there. But you fill it out, you detail the relations, which is what, adopted brother, I think.
Yep.
You sign it, have a couple witnesses sign it. You have to get a noble of the land that you're from. There is a caveat for refugees of Vatica, because they have a whole Vatica refugee system, which is hilarious, of getting it signed off by a noble of this region, but hey, you have a Vaticanite noble on your hands, so
Technically, no, but I'm not going to argue.
close enough. The rest of the world considers your family to be nobility.
That's why I said not going to argue, because
Yeah.
basically just difference in terminology.
Chrome went in responsive.
Yeah.
Slap it and tell it to get its act together.
Right. If I need to, I'll call her on here through Facebook Messenger, and we'll get it rocking through there.
Yep.
We'll say that there is a branch of the bank on your way to the inn. You can stop and grab the paperwork and fill it out.
All right. Yeah.
It will take probably a day or two to clear, which is a good thing. You don't have to pay for the lands for a day or two, so you know.
Yep. So yeah, I'll go and do all that.
Grab a copy of that. You meet up with them over at the inn. We'll all be there if Christian
So,
ever comes
Brian,
back.
I am a low dex rogue with an AC of 22.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, I
For
am.
now. Hey, I've shown I am not against adding monsters that destroy magic items.
I got that AC.
Because there are certain threats in this world that can destroy magic items.
Wait, what did you say your AC was?
22.
That's dumb.
Yeah, right? Kristen's is like 20.
Right, but
Mine was 20 before the shield,
Kristen's a
the
paladin.
new shield. So
Because
am
they
I.
give you those +2 rings. Kristen, can you hear us?
Showing that she's muted.
Technical difficulties, anybody watching, of which there are probably none. I guess I could go check the Twitch stream while I'm here. I mean, I may as well, not doing anything else. Look, it's my only search thing on here. That's all I wanted,
Hey, look, there was one viewer.
Is it you?
Wait. You ready for this?
Yeah, go for it.
Hold
You gonna double our numbers?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Well, to the one viewer that maybe is us, maybe isn't. Hi. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good time. Oop, dropped my thingamajig.
All right, Kedron, was that you? I'm assuming that.
Okay. Hey, Laura, you are muted, by the way. But as long as you can, connecting to Kristen, unable or lost. Try reconnecting. I'm gonna try reconnecting. I'll be right back. But to our one lonely viewer, that's not us. If you're still there, ooh, we're to 4. Look at that. Yeah, we're not professionals here. We're just playing a game. Thanks for joining us, though. Again, if you're not one of us, down yours, B Hill. Hi. Having a good day? I guess that is the one perk to watching a very low engagement stream is that we might actually talk to you. Whereas if you're watching a stream who has 800 to 1,000 viewers at a time, you'll probably never get talked to at all. But hey, whatever going on in your life, you're doing a good job. What?
The comment was me.
You're down yours, V Hill. Okay, you know what? Up yours, homie. Go away. I take back everything I said. I hope everything in your life is going terrible and you're doing a terrible job. So, in fact, up yours.
Well, it is literally just the inverse of up yours a-hole.
Fair. Okay, she can see in here. I think Kedron's about to ask you a question, so I'll just call you actually until it's up and running. All right, guys. We have her on a speaker A. Go ahead, Kedron.
So, tell us what you remember, every detail, and hopefully we can figure something out.
I walked into Salazar's, and then I was in an alleyway, and something had just happened to the bag of holding, and I have a new axe.
All right, then let's
That's
have a
all I
look at
knew.
the bag. I'm gonna take it and empty it out.
Yeah, you take it, you turn it inside out, and you begin an inventory. There's a lot of stuff in the bag, right? A considerable amount.
Decent, yeah.
Takes a few minutes. You start going through it. Give me an investigation check.
Hey, I'm good at those.
Hey, you are indeed. You have help. Like, everyone's around. I assume they're not just standing there staring at you.
I have no idea what's supposed to be in the bag.
True.
Is anybody helping me
So-
investigate?
Sure, I will help you investigate.
Sure, advantage. There you go. 29. Man. You don't see. Of course, you see something. You rolled a 29. The hand of
Yep.
Vecna is gone.
Oh,
Oh, shoot, I knew it.
Mhm.
well,
Everything else is still there. Hand of Vecna, gone.
good news is most of our things are still here. Bad news is the most dangerous thing is missing.
Magir, how big of a problem is this? Because I'm assuming Magir knows the most.
Right, I'll just go ahead and speak for McGear at this point. He says, really bad? Like, really, really bad. Like, I don't even know where to begin to destroy this thing. And anyone who uses it will immediately turn evil and begin doing evil things and have a lot of power. So really, really bad.
So like a
In
normal,
McGill.
so like a normal day for you.
Looks like we
Not
have
gonna-
even more reason to start
know how to
trying to track down this individual that holds your contract. Not that we have any leads or anywhere else to look.
I mean, I don't even know what options we have.
Oh, Kristen, it looks like you might have connected. Try unmuting yourself on roll 20 and see if it works.
It says I'm not muted.
That's weird. I'm
My video's paused.
pause.
Okay, when she speaks, I can see the little thing at the bottom that shows voice moving, but I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah. Go over to your settings. Go and then check and make sure that the under audio video the others can see and hear, and I can see or hear are both checked. As both.
Yeah, both are on. I think it's the same thing as when I connected earlier. It just takes forever.
Yeah, because I'm getting like the little thing that shows like you're talking, but I'm not getting any audio through it, and it's really weird. So, okay, we'll just continue like this, and for now, that's perfectly fine. Cool. So yeah, what you guys have so far?
Any ideas at the moment?
Is that the only thing that seems to be missing?
Yeah, as far as you can tell, everything else seems to be there. It's just the hand of Vecna missing.
The water's cold now.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Do you want some more?
No, I've got some in my jug. I was just trying.
I
That
think the biggest problem is we don't even know where to start looking.
yeah.
Any ideas? I am all ears.
I mean, we could contact our little friend. That's The only idea I've got.
Doesn't
Go ahead.
doesn't McGear have like locate or whatever?
Like locate object, it works within a couple hundred feet, I
1,000
think.
feet.
Yeah, 1,000 feet.
I mean, it's worth giving it a chance, right?
For the hand of
We
Vecna?
can try, but did I get the impression that they came through the bag of holding?
So based on the axe that you currently have on your waist, the fact you felt the flap of the bag of holding kind of flap shut just as you regained consciousness and control, even a very low passive investigation, I have no idea what yours is, but even a pretty low passive investigation, of like an 11 or higher, would give the impression that it was probably the bagman. Kind of
Yeah,
yeah, so probably the bagman.
guys, I don't think we're gonna find him here.
All right then. Moving forward, we are increasing our efforts. Our body system. At all times, please.
So, what if we come up with a code word that knows the code, and you guys can ask me what that code word is whenever you want?
How do we know the individual that takes over your body does not also have access to your memories at the same time?
I mean, that's a good point. How would we find
For our
out?
buddy system, hope we can find out information on it. I'm going to go to the library. See if I can find any sort of weird connections with bags of holding and weird entities connected to them. Follow any leads you have, but like I said, Alara, this buddy system, somebody with you at all times.
Okay. And
But I'm going to head out to the library.
Cool. Mingir will go with you because libraries are his shtick.
Yeah.
And you get a discount if he's with you, because, library access is kind of his whole deal with his backstory, which is pretty dope.
Charge?
What did I say, like a gold a day, I think, before with your discount?
Yeah, we'll start with just today and see what we find.
Cool. Go ahead and make your roll. Let's move on down the line. Ironcloak, what are you doing for the day?
Staying
Investigation.
with Alara.
Cool. Maja, how about you?
Finishing up the paperwork and then seeing if Kedron can help me with the rest.
Okay, you might want to ask him about that before he leaves the room.
All right, so I needed his
Like his seal, his signet, like of the leading family, yeah.
Take the ring, plunk in the wax. Head out the door.
Yeah, you have it.
Sweet.
Ilara, what are you doing?
Sorry, that's your baby.
Very good.
I'm gonna see if I can get both of the axes identified. Either by McGear or going to a place.
Kedron, I'll deal with that in a minute. McGear is going with Kedron to the library to get them the cheaper stuff. You could take it back to Salazar's.
Okay, I'll take it back to Salazar's and try to get both identified.
Yeah, he does have a fee for it. It's like a gold for both of them. It's not super expensive, but he does charge a fee for identifying. So Ironcloak, you're going with them. Maj is filling out paperwork and dealing with bureaucracy. You sit in totally not Gringotts, but it is a bank run by goblins. Most of the day doing paperwork and interviews. Have fun.
Yay.
We'll go down through there. Kristen, you get, let me pull this up on my phone real quick. It is an official D&D magic item. You can just Google it. Go to like roll D&D Beyond. It'll be on there. For the crystal blade, which is the one you got off of the big zombie clot, and then on Facebook Messenger I sent you a handout for your lunar axe.
Which is different from the crystal short sword I have, which is just made out of crystal and light.
Yes, they are two different things because this is the official
the
D&D
same
magic item. This is a crystal blade. You had a crystalline blade.
Okay, crystal blades.
Yes.
I will look it up and I will put it in my inventory.
Give me a second.
That sounds really cool.
I'll just wait till what's her face comes back with yours.
So it's an axe version of this sword. Is that
of the crystal blade sword.
yeah?
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
Can you read it to me? Because I don't have a way to access it.
So this blade is fashioned from the horn or spine of a crystal dragon, allegedly. When you hit with an attack roll using the sword, it takes an extra 1d8 radiant damage. The sword has 3 charges and regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. When you hit a creature with an attack roll using the sword, you can expend 1 charge to regain a number of hit points equal to the extra radiant damage dealt the sword dealt. When you're holding the sword, you can use a bonus action to cause it to shed bright light within 30-foot radius and dim light within an additional 30 feet, or to cause it to shed dim light within 10 feet.
Dang.
Yeah, pretty cool blade. You just got some boss blades. I mean, yeah, you had to like basically betray the party for one of them, but whatever. Iron Cloak, you go back over there. Actually, as you walk in the door, Kayla is there, and she looks up and goes, "Oh, you're here. Perfect. So, been reading through some books, got some ideas. I think with enough holy water, a little bit of arcane dust, a little bit of, where do I put it? There it is, sanctified grave dust. I can permanently imbue this weapon with holy water. An extra 2d6 worth of, and this is meta, right? It deals extra damage against undead and fiends. Like, they hate the stuff. It burns them. Super great. And occasionally scares the bejesus out of them and makes them run.
Am I the only one getting a weird crackling from Brant's audio?
No,
Nope.
I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
then it's just you.
Can you hear me now?
I think it's just Jacob. Stats wise, what that would do, anytime you hit a fiend or undead, it would deal an extra 2d6 radiant damage, and on a critical, would cause the effects of turn undead with no save against that one creature. Or let me find the other one I had pulled up here because I was looking at something else. Sorry. Where did I put that?
Does the blade constantly have a sheen of holy water condensation on it?
No, but it does faintly glow.
Ooh.
Faintly glowing stuff is cool.
Or here's this other one. It's a more standard sort of enchantment. And both of them will be +1s to hit, right? Regardless. When you hit an undead creature using this weapon, it deals an extra 1d8 damage of the weapon's type, and the creature has disadvantage on saving throws against effects that turn undead until the start of the next turn. Is the other enchantment that she pulled up. So it would, every time you hit it, it would get disadvantage on turn undead. And an extra d8 worth of damage.
Ooh.
You want an anti-undead. You got very specifically anti-undead. It would still maintain its spiked and hooked properties as well. Or sorry, spiked and serrated.
Let's do the first one.
The first one, you got it. Cool. Give me a couple of days. I got to do the dragon bone thing. Take like 2. I should be able to get yours done in like a day after that. So like 3 days, I'll have yours done.
Okay.
Cool. See you in like 3 days. So that one, I gotta provide the holy water. I gotta do the work.
What if I can
gonna
make the
cost
holy
what?
water for you?
I mean, if you can make the holy water for me, that's gonna.
I'm assuming I can
Okay.
make holy water being a priest. That seems like
You
something I
can.
could...
Takes a bit of money for materials and takes some time to do it. To make the amount I would need, it would take a couple of days and quite a bit of money. So you can,
Cool.
like a gallon. So if you make the holy water, bring it to me in no more than 2 days. I can have it done on that 3rd day. Like with that stuff, like 2,000 gold.
Okay.
Cool. It's gonna cost you another like 500 gold worth of materials to make enough holy water for this thing, and like your full 2 days. She needs quite a bit.
Okay.
Cool. You set to work. Christian, you get those identified. You now have the crystal hand axe and that lunar hand axe that I sent you. Both of which I believe require attunement. Yeah, both of them require attunement.
For the rest of the day, then.
Yeah, it takes you 2 hours to attune to each one to meditate, and then like you just kind of chill, have dinner, all of that. Maja,
Yep.
take the entire rest of the day, but by Jiminy, you get it done.
Woohoo!
You now have access to Thul's gold. Congratulations. Kedron, natural 20.
For
What exactly were
31.
you looking for again?
Anything in relation to bags of holding? Any sort of weird lore or anything related to creatures or entities? Anything like that might relate to like this bagman you're into.
You find an old story. Passed down orally for generations. Scholars speculate that it originates pre-collapse. A few written occurrences have been found of it, but not many. To the point where they still think that it's like an urban legend or some sort of tall tale from before. However, by getting a hold of all of the stories and accounts of people who supposedly encountered him, conversations and everything, the conglomeration is this. You literally find a study on this. Like what you find is an academic research book on the Bagman
Nice.
with a natural 20 for a total of 31 because natural 20s are cool in this campaign.
And 31?
Yeah, for real. And basically the story goes that pre-collapse there was an individual, an arcanist, maybe an artificer, maybe a wizard. No one quite sure. No one really agrees on that. He was very, very intrigued by bags of holding and how they function and pushing them to their limits. Lots of research and experimentation with it. At some point, there was some sort of catastrophic failure in the experiments in one way or another. Different accounts say different things. He tried to put one bag inside of another. He tried to expand it too far and caused a cosmic tear. He was sucked through. No one knows where. To the space beyond. Maybe the space between. Perhaps nowhere at all. Perhaps he was simply disintegrated. Some speculate. No one really knows. However, not long after, maybe 50 years, maybe 100 years, which again, in a world where elves have lifespans of 1,000, isn't terribly long for some of the more long-lived races. There start being reports of an individual coming out of the bag. Random bags of holding he would haul himself out of and offer trade. Never for gold, always for items. Well, rarely for gold, and always an astronomical amount. mostly you figured he could trade it elsewhere for important items. His favorite seemed to be otherworldly items of a odd and bizarre nature that should not exist. Anything to do with psychic abilities or the mind. Never known to be aggressive unless attacked, but when attacked, whoever attacked him was killed. There have been no instances of someone attacking the bagman and living. No one's sure how strong this guy is, except that you don't want to mess with him. Of course, there have been rumors of people disappearing in the night with only a bag of holding left next to them. The bagman dragged them away, things of that nature, of him kidnapping people and destroying. But they seem to be, at best, this thing postulates urban legends and rumors. There are no substantiated accounts of the bagman showing any sort of aggression outside of in self-defense. When he shows up through the bag is random, it would appear. However, there have been claims that people have made of wishing to trade with the bagman and entering their bag of holding, calling out to him, and him appearing within a few days. However, the researcher did try to do this to no avail. There was no response when he tried this. And that's long and short of it on what is known of the bagman.
So still not much.
It's a very mysterious entity. That is your day's research, but you do get all of that.
All
right. Anything else on this fine afternoon in Martin where it's lightly drizzling?
A drink.
There are drinks to be had. You're at a tavern. Throw down a couple silver, have as many as you like. Well, unless you're getting like totally wasted, in which case maybe like a gold, but hearing nothing else, the night comes to a close and the next day dawns. Over the next 3 days, is there, besides crafting holy water, which will take most of Father Ironcloak's time for the next 2, is there anything else to be done over these next few days, or would we prefer a time jump?
I'm just gonna pick up some health potions now.
I'll time jump it.
Yeah, regular health potions are like 50 gold a pop.
I'm assuming I can attune my dagger within that time.
Yes, you can attune the dagger. Do make sure you are keeping track of your attunement slots. You all have exactly 3 attunement slots.
That is 3 for me.
Perfect.
My 2 rings and my dagger.
Awesome.
I guess at this point my attunement slots are full.
Cool. What do you have attuned?
So the 2 axes and the helm for bracelet.
Very nice, which means you will not be able to attune to your ring of +2 protection, and we'll have to remove all the bonuses from that.
Ow.
It's the thing with attunement. The items are powerful, but then you have to choose what you have.
I could use the ring of protection.
Well, let me think on that.
All right, sounds good. We will time skip into the future. 2 days later, Maja.
Yep.
You get a runner to your door. Lance is ready.
I'm gonna rush back to Sal's.
I bet you are. Give me just a second.
1.
Ha 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 ha. All right, you rush back to Sal's. You come inside and what did I say her name was? Dang it, I don't have my book in front of me.
Keela?
Kayla. Kayla is standing there behind the counter with an absolutely gorgeous ivory lance laid out on the counter. On a stand, there are arcane runes spiraling up the shaft of this lance. There is a handle or a hilt hewn of a dark mahogany. It is beautifully shaped, razor sharp, and absolutely gorgeous. You made it. Come here. Look.
Uh-huh.
You come up to the counter and she goes, all right, I got us some dragon wrath here. This was not an easy enchantment to find. I basically had to make it up with a few like inspirations from mythos, because who works with dragon bones? Nobody. Not anymore. Apparently they used to exist. Anyways, yeah. She hands you a piece of paper. And rather than explaining it in game terms, I'll give it to you meta. I'm just going to read the item description. This is a Dragon's Wrath weapon of the Stirring rarity. This weapon is decorated with dragon heads, claws, wings, scales, or draconic letters. A lot of the enchantment is in draconic. We don't care about that bit. Basically, it's made out of dragon bone in this case and is infused with all sorts of cool enchantments. So slumbering, you get this ability and the stirring ability. Whenever you roll a natural 20 on an attack roll with this weapon, each creature of your choice within 5 feet of the target takes 5 damage of the type dealt by the dragon's breath weapon, which, by the way, is... Wait, what was that draconic thing? The draconic was I think it was like of lightning damage. No, it was a blue dragon. What did blue dragons breathe?
Blue dragons breathe lightning.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, it is lightning then. So lightning. And then you also get the stirring ability. The weapon has a slumbering property, which I just read. In addition, you get a bonus +1 to attack and damage rolls. On a hit, the weapon deals an extra 1d6 of the lightning damage. So basically, you do an extra d6 lightning. It's a +1 to hit and damage rolls. And whenever you score a natural 20, you do an AoE lightning chain attack to anything you don't like within 5 feet of it.
Okay, so +1 to hit and damage, and then you said 1d6.
There, let me just...
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just going to drop it in the Facebook Messenger chat for everybody.
Okay. So that's on a crit, right?
Yeah, on a crit. So
was-
like if you have expanded crit, like it says on a 20, I'll call it a crit because that's cooler.
Okay.
So I just sent it to the group. It is the first 2 abilities on there. She's like, I worked so hard on this. I did not sleep for the last 2 days. I have been drinking a bunch of hot bean juice from my dad's cool machine back there. I am just wired. Oh, y'all call it coffee here, don't you? Yeah, coffee. It's like good Vaticanite stuff. Y'all got great coffee up there. And she points to the machine. It's an espresso machine.
The link you sent us
yeah.
is to D&D Beyond, and it just opens up, would you like to buy fizz bands?
What the heck?
I'm
Okay,
so,
look up dragons. Oh, it is from Fizzbands.
as
Well,
cool
you know-
as I bet this item is, it's not worth me paying $30 to see what it does.
Yeah, just look up Dragon's Wrath weapon. Just do that.
Got it.
Although I've heard fizz bands has some cool stuff, but I'm not buying it over the
Yeah, right.
online. If I'm gonna get it, I'm getting the book.
I'd probably buy it online. Yeah, here, I'll send a new link on Wikidot. There. All right, so you have that one. Anybody else have anything to do today? Sorry, go ahead. Oh yeah, and it costs the money. What did I say? Like
Yep. 1,000.
2 grand? 1,000?
Yep. What's the actual the normal damage?
So it's a base of a lance,
Okay.
and then you add a +1 to attack and damage rolls. You add 1d6 of lightning damage, and then on a critical, you get that AoE damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so the
So
baseline
I'm not
is,
going to
is
do it at the
lance.
moment, but I'm going to keep an eye out over these next few days for war horses and barding. And if we do
Yeah.
end up traveling overland, I'm going to buy them.
They're available. It's a big city. This is the capital.
Well, I calculated up the price for a war horse and plate barding,
Mhm.
which is 660 gold. I'm not buying it right now, but if we do decide to travel overland, I've already got some picked out.
Cool. Anything else y'all are doing over? I got one more day of time jump. Because I know Father Ironcloak is waiting on his weapon.
I'm gonna go drop off some holy water.
Absolutely, go drop off some holy water. Deduct all the gold that you need for both the weapon and the holy water from your thing.
What did you say the weapon was again? Sorry. I'm bad at
Shoot,
listening.
what did I say? I'm bad at listening to myself. I think I said another 1,000 and then 500 for the holy water, if I'm not mistaken.
So 1,500.
Or no, it was 2,000, yeah, and then 500 for
Okay.
holy water. Yeah, Maja got a pretty good discount because she wanted to work with Dragonbone because no one gets to work with Dragonbone. And now she has a plaque on her wall with like a certified drawing of the item she made, stating that
Imagine
she
if
has
we
worked with
actually
Dragonbone.
eventually took down that Dracolich, and we just like somehow found a way to get in contact with her. Because even if we couldn't carry on all of it, if we sent her a message saying we have a bunch more dragon bone, she would find a way.
So what I'm hearing is we go back to the Underdark and kill the dragon under the mountain, and then we're just rich.
Well, that's what he wants. He wants to die, but we still have to figure out how to do that.
All right. So I will do one more time jump. The next day, Father Ironcloak, you get your weapon. You went for the first one. So your Guandao now does an additional 2d6 radiant damage to undead and fiends, which you guys keep facing a lot for some reason.
Yeah,
And
for
on a
some
crit-
reason.
Oh, I can hear you through D&D Beyond or through Roll20. I'll hang up on you now.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Hey.
Okay, sorry. What did you say? I got distracted by the echo.
Oh no, it's all good. I just said for some reason, huh?
Yeah. Anyways, so you have that, and then on a crit, it does turn undead things on that creature. All right. With that,
Over that one other day, I'm just gonna make
Yeah.
one quick roll. Won't take long.
yeah, go for it.
Library werewolves.
Library werewolves, 24. Pretty good investigation. There are books on werewolves. Any particular information you're looking for besides just werewolf? Because they're wolf.
Yeah, basically any information that would help us with our mission from Vatican. Figure out more about.
Okay,
werewolves.
werewolf cures.
Yeah.
A couple different books talking about it. Not a lot. Werewolf syndrome is not common, right? Lycanthropy is not super common. With the 24, you find one or two books talking about it. Couple of books specifically looking for cures. One of them doesn't really find anything. One of them does show progress involving Quicksilver and its formula, which for modern watchers would be mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah. It showed some suppression of symptoms if administered prior to changing. There were a couple of different iterations of this medication. One of them showed decreased aggression during the change, to where they maintained more of their mental faculties. The farthest they got was arresting the change about midway, so they were caught between full transformation and partial transformation, with utilizing Quicksilver as an ingredient, but it is a step in the correct direction. Even lessening the aggression, right, during the change is huge.
Take notes in my notebook. That's it.
For sure. Last day, as you guys are probably starting to decide how to proceed, you all receive a message via sending at the same time. You all know it to be from... Who would be contacting you? Honestly, you know what? It is a random person. It is a random guy. However, in Vatica that you've met before, just one of what's his name? Brother Petrovich's helpers coming to you guys. And it says, from Petrovich, emergency, return to Vatican now. Runner has been sent to teleport you back. Emergency, wait for runner.
Father Ironcloak, can you respond us for more details?
You all got this. You can
Yeah,
all
we can
respond
all
once.
respond. And it's 25 words, right?
Yes, 25 words. Oh, specific location. Question mark.
I'll give the location. Others ask other questions. What was the name of this place again?
Martin.
We're in Martin in the Kingdom of Buckingham, right?
Mm-hmm. In the, what do we call it? The Staggering Stallion
Yeah.
is the inn you guys are in currently. Cool. Anybody else?
I
But
don't
I was
think
asking him too. Was
Thumbs up
after he does
emoji.
it.
You send a mental thumbs up. Cool. You all wait. We're talking 5 minutes later. Like, to get here from the library, where the closest teleportation circle is, you would have had to flat out run to get here. Burst through the door, looks around, spots you, sprints over to you. This is a member of the Keepers, which is one of Magir's orders, the sanctioned wizards of Vatica. A fairly high-ranking one, based off of his robes. And usually these guys don't run like this. This is very out of the ordinary. Runs
the-
up to your table. You'll see when we get there. Hands, do not resist. Let's go.
Make sure I have all my stuff on me.
Yep.
Ready.
Grab a bag.
You're all gone. You blink, there's that odd sensation of moving, but the land is moving around you versus you moving, and also not all. Like sticking with the Stargate. You guys have teleported before. It's weird. You. There's a teleportation circle around you. He looks at you and goes, "Secrecy. You can either speak of this or ever use it without permission. You will be put to death as heretics. Move."
What about the pig?
Where was the pig during this?
I stated, make sure I have all of my stuff. The pig is part of my stuff. I assume I brought it with me. Or
Sure,
maybe not.
I'll allow the pig. I'll allow the pig. Why not? Before he goes, "We're taking the pig."
Yes.
Very well.
Good thing I didn't buy a new horse.
We're still a few hours ride outside of Vatican City. There are horses waiting for you. Go. And
Hop on
he
the
begins
horse.
sprinting up the stairs. There are horses waiting for you. Iron Cloak, your pig's slower than a horse. It can catch up.
But yeah.
Cool. The pig will catch up, right? It can smell really good. He takes off, like, just sprinting this horse. He's like, it's like an hour, and he's sprinting it. The horses are going to get tired before then. As you think the horses are probably going to flag out soon, holy crap, we're going to kill these horses. This dude needs to slow down. You see another set of horses up ahead of you waiting for you. We're doing Pony Express here. He
As
stops.
we're going, I'm
Yeah.
gonna ride beside him and just shout, "Can you not give us any more information?"
Not here. Has to be a secured location. Move.
Also, we got long rest, right?
Yeah, you all long rested a couple of times. Like y'all rested up. Like literally pulls the horse to a stop while it's still barely moving, vaults himself off of that horse, hits the ground, leaps into the next saddle, and goes, "Move!" and starts slapping his horse to make it run. Like, this guy is like sprinting for all he is worth. You all follow in suit?
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
guess.
You all jump onto the next horses, tear off down the road. You all reach the gates of Vatican City. He tears through the gates. The guards know he's coming. Like, this is a deal, right? The road is completely clear. There are no civilians on this road as you are sprinting through the center of town, leading to Kedron's ad office. One of the conference rooms within the Inquisitor's domain. You all leap off the horses. He goes. He opens door. In. Move. Go. The meeting is already in session. They're waiting for you.
Right. All right then.
You all come inside. You're shown to the conference room in a hurry. As you open the door, the Pope is sitting there. Brother Petrovich is there. Your dad is there. The head of the keepers is there. I'll have to go look his name up. I'm not doing it right now. Along with a few other like high-end dignitaries. Several of the leading family heads are there. Like this is a meeting of the powers that be.
Is my mother there?
Your
'Cause
mother's
she's
not
head,
there.
Because she's the head of our line.
Oh, she is. You're
She's the head
correct.
of our line, and my father just happens to be the leader
Yeah.
of the.
You know that in a lot of situations like this in particular, she does let your dad handle it sort of as a by authority.
Okay.
This is not her jam. She's a socialite. So in heavy situations like this that have like you've never seen this before, but in situations where the heads of the family need to meet like that, she kind of gives a by authority to your father.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there is a stone in the middle of the table that speaks. All right, they've arrived. Your father is speaking. They've arrived. King Julian, they're here. King Julian is the king of Buckingham. He's on a conference call right now.
All right then.
Which, as you know, is the closest ally of Vatican, is
Yeah.
Buckingham. All right. I'll lay out the situation. Everyone have a seat. You all find your places. As you know, a handful of months ago, we sent out a investigative team to the Underdark over in. I gotta pull up Asgars again. Sorry, here it is. Over in Buchashamia, that entrance over there. We had a report from this team of a large dragon captured in stone and unable to move. This team went to investigate, as you see over here, and there is another team of priests sitting over there as well. This is the team that was sent out to investigate this dragon. I'll hand it over to them to give their report. And one of the individuals stands up, a very well-dressed individual. You've seen him around different functions. He is a member of the leading family, not a head, but a very high influential member, a bard for sure. And he goes, we arrived in the Underdark. Well, let me backtrack. Just before reaching the Underdark, there was a large sound in the night. No one knew what it was. It was very loud. Explosion, mayhap. We're unsure. However, when we arrived, the city was in chaos. The local city there. They said, the survivors, that a dragon had torn through, had burst its way to the surface. What few survivors there were. Now, had we not been there specifically to observe a dragon encased in stone, we would not have believed them. The level of destruction it had wrought. The city was razed to the ground and it was made of stone. All of the local flora and fauna had been scorched. And there were reports of a very large old lady riding on its back, cackling as it flew into the sky. Dragons, if everything is to be believed from the reports of this group here and everyone we interviewed, the few survivors that there were, and there were few, dragons have returned to Agnia. Everyone is looking at each other, and one of them speaks up, dragons! Nonsense! Dragons don't exist! We found fossils! Ah, bah! Fossils! You believe in flying magical lizards that spew fire? Sure, larger than average creatures, but dragons? We found fossils. We have them in the record. We found references to them in pre-collapsed literature. Then what happened to them all? You found them? You say you saw this dragon? According to some of the literature, they speak. Did you speak to this creature? They're addressing your group.
This beast claimed most attempted to flee, in his words, this realm for what they saw coming, which caused the collapse. It claimed
I
it
say
simply
it's
did
tricked
not
by the
flee.
devil, nothing more.
I
You
can
know
only
this guy.
speak for what I saw.
You know this guy. He has a reputation for being just pig-headed and not very bright. Very large man, very consumey. Arguments start erupting, and finally the Pope stands up and says, "Silence! We will have a civilized discussion. The facts be, they report a dragon. A few months later, as our envoy arrives, the survivors of a great fiery catastrophe report a dragon. When you hear hooves, you don't think zebras, you think horses. At least here, kangaroo is a different story. If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, like that one standing over there, why is there a duck in my conference room? You know what?
He's with
Not
us.
important. I'll deal with it later. We have to face the fact that more than likely there is an infernal beast on the loose in the skies, and we do not know what it wants. Everyone needs to be on guard, and we need to gather every bit of intelligence we have about it. You, and he points at your group. What did you talk about with the dragon? I need every word. And do you have any idea how it could have escaped or who this woman could be?
It wanted us to kill it
I'm sorry?
because it was stuck in. It was like encased in stone. Like part
No,
of
it
the
was
mountain.
made of stone.
No, it was encased in stone. Like, it had, like, bits and pieces of it hanging out of the stone, but it was imprisoned in the stone.
It claimed some sort of
Yeah.
enchantment or curse that held it in place and kept it from dying. It wanted us to end its life. The enchantment that held it was too strong for us to take it out of its misery and end it. So we left and filed the report. I'm going to address. Oh, go ahead.
Sure, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to address the stone that's projecting the king of Buckingham. I'm sure by now you've heard reports of accidental intrusion in another catastrophe.
Long silence. That was you.
We had no idea what was going on, stumbled in. We wanted to do a bit of light research, found something a bit worse. Except there we found an undead version of this blasted beast.
I want to get this straight before I blow a gasket. My wife keeps telling me I need to keep my blood pressure down. And I'm going for it now. Blast that woman, she's probably right. You go to 2 different cities over the course of a few months on this mission of yours. Yes, I've read a copy of the papers. And in both cases, you find dragons. Not only that, one of my cities turns undead, which I then have to burn to the ground. Thank you. And you're telling me you're in no way involved in either of them.
What? The city was undead before we got there.
Forgive me if I find it all a bit suspicious.
And if we were involved, why would I point out my involvement in both quite pointedly in front of a room full of individuals that all seem rather suspicious?
Give me a persuasion check. That's a good point.
Well, let's hope I don't. There's this one. Eight.
Thought you were high charisma, man.
I'm medium charisma.
Long silence. Right. Like a little growl in the back of his throat, like he's just trying to keep his temper. The Pope speaks up and goes, "They're under my writ. I will investigate. If there's any untoward activity, I'll hit their highness." Thank you, your holiness. I'd hate to revoke their visas. Aye. Anyway, Kedron, are you specifically leaving out the part where you planted the egg?
Not that hasn't been brought up about that.
He asked very specifically if you know anything about this tall old woman that's riding this dragon. Give me a second. I'll plug in my headset.
I mean, there's lots of tall old women in.
All right, cool.
Also, do you notice how at the talk of that, I redirected the conversation to another incident?
Yeah. Because you asked very specifically. You said the last time we saw it was in stone. You talked to it. You left, which literally skipped over that. So for that particular part, leaving something out, give me a quick deception check. There is an adjusted DC for simply leaving something out versus bald-faced lying. Laura, if you're trying to talk, you're muted, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. Cool.
Dirty 20.
I'm not.
Cool. So, there is a dragon encased in stone. You spoke to it. It asked you to kill it. The bard skates up. There was one odd note in there. Everyone heard from the creature screaming. But like it wasn't screaming. Like its mouth was not open and it was simply a sound emanating from it. Great, because it needs to be more terrifying, says the Pope.
There was a. Oh, she had. Frickin' necromancer that was experimenting on it before we found it.
Did you guys put that in your report?
I believe so. I mean, us killing a necromancer.
Kind of
isn't-
flips to the page and goes, right, here it is. Necromancer experimenting, right? Got it.
She had created some sort of like beast, like hybrid between something and it was whack.
We killed her, but who knows what sort of dark deal she made with her soul to keep her on going after being destroyed.
Was she tall?
No, but
Short.
she returned in a demonic form. Who knows?
Kind of looks at you a little bit.
We're Vaticanites. Saying some evil person returned as a demon.
Yeah. Also, passive perception. Brother Petrovich is there. His arm is in a sling currently. Discussion goes on for a little bit. A few more clarifying questions are asked, primarily just clarifying that the reports are accurate as far as what the dragon said and things like that. And basically the conclusion that's come to is everyone needs to be on guard. Both countries need to be watching out for each other. Any information shall be shared. We don't know where this thing is currently. We know that it tore itself out of the Underdark. There is a massive disaster zone down there that they're not dealing with because it's way outside their borders. And holy crap, the dragons are back, but we're keeping this quiet for now. Do not talk about it. And with that, I'm swearing you all to secrecy. Not a single word is to be spoken about this outside of this room or designated secure areas. Master D'Artagnan, talking to your father, you'll be in charge of those secured areas. Congratulations, you're the leader of the Inquisitors. Who'da thunk it? The Pope's a little stressed right now.
I am going to take my notes about werewolf stuff,
Mhm.
and as I'm walking past my father, I'm going to put my hand up on his shoulder and say, "Call us if you need any more information." And in doing that, slip it into his pocket. Not that he does it, so he doesn't notice, but just so nobody else does.
Sleight of hand.
Like I'm not trying to deceive the person who.
I get that. Sleight of hand for the rest of the room.
All right, pulling it up. Oh wow, my sleight of hand sucks.
Low dex rogue. It's a pretty
Still
good
not
sleight
bad.
of hand. No one's like specifically watching you as far as you know, so with that you are all dismissed. They say they'll contact you if they need any more information. For now, continue with your mission.
So I can't ever remember the cities. Where was the city we were at before we went to Chilling?
So just outside of the border of Vatica, Folentensi, that is where you all run into the demonically possessed priest that was being a serial killer and also met Father Ironcloak. You teleported from there to Chilling, which is where you were going anyway to try and get information out of the library. You teleported from there to Mark, which is all the way down south, the capital of that kingdom, and where you guys got a boat out of previously, which then got attacked by Cthulhu in the middle of the night, and you all were marooned for a while until you were picked up by pirates. And then you teleported back to just outside of Vatican City and then rode into Vatican City.
Okay, so if we have the ability to pick up my horse on the way out, that would be great.
Where is your horse?
That city.
Chilling. Not chilling.
No, not Chilling. I did not
Oh.
teleport my horse to Chilling.
Valencia.
Yeah, wherever the
Yeah, it'll take a couple of days out of your way. It's not a dangerous trip for party members of your level. You can literally just jump there, grab it, and then where are you guys going after that?
That'll probably be a discussion. They'll probably have all together, away from everybody else.
Yeah, no, you guys have been released out of that area. You guys can get on the road down to Folentensi. They
Yeah.
said they've contacted you, whenever you need if they need you again. This was an emergency meeting of holy crap, we just found out about this. We're teleporting everyone right now and we need to figure out what is going on. Cuz freaking dragons, or at least a dragon, something, this is terrifying. Dragons are back, people. Holy crap. At this point, you guys can be on the road down to full intensity to get her horse back and have this discussion.
So,
So, go-
Kedron. Yeah. How about that?
we're all apparently falling on our faces here. Question is, what do we do next?
Hope it doesn't come this way?
The question is the dragon acting of its own free will? Because if it's not, it's been controlled. Might be able to stop the hag.
well, they said it was screaming.
That's what gives me that thought. I doubt any way we could defeat the dragon, but if we defeat that which controls it,
What do we know about her though?
Auntie Agatha?
Yeah, but like her abilities.
You know, she is strong, but I tell you what I think. I think it's an idea that McGear can get behind. More research in a library.
And a sandwich.
Well, fair enough.
So y'all heading back to Martin after this, or what?
Is that the nearest library that we know of that's not overrun by
the
undead?
big one. The big one. I took a riverboat down last time. It only took like 2
I
days.
mean, as terrible as it sounds, and heretical as it may be, we were offered, knowledge of whatever we wanted. Not saying it's a
Questions?
good idea.
I'm not saying it is either, but for that to even be an option, how would we go?
We go back to full intensity, right? Was where we teleported from.
Martin. You teleported there from there originally, but you were given a scroll of teleportation circle to go from there. You teleported to the teleportation circle in Martin.
We can't go through Martin. What are we going to say? Oh, we're just popping into chilling for a moment. I like that we're keeping all of our ideas open because honestly, at this point, we need to. But I don't think that's viable at the moment. No way of getting there without issues.
You also have your actual main quest.
But where's the fun in that?
Well, we're not
I'm
going
just-
to the ocean, so
I'm just giving y'all options.
Our choices are dragons, demons, or mountains, or werewolves.
Maybe it is a good idea to take some time. Let's see how this develops. Could follow our official mission for a while and keep an eye on things in the world. Keep getting updated.
Yeah.
I imagine
Like a
there'll be
hawk.
many individuals that will be sent out to gather information. Take what we can and apply that to what we know.
Might get
Might be
some
worth it. Wait.
some heat off of us at for the time being.
Might not
Wait, you
be a
don't like
bad
the
idea.
fact that the king has noticed you and is not happy about it?
Maybe let some world catastrophes go on without us being there.
Epicenter.
Yeah.
Are there any catastrophes going on that we're not at the center of?
I mean, probably. There's a whole war going on right now with probably like war crimes and genocide between Buck and Gaia and Uxrigalandian? Uxrigalandian. Yeah, Uxrigalandian.
That place, cool.
Yeah.
So
There's a whole war going
Uxrigalan?
on there. As far as you know, there are the dead fields up in northern Dodridgia going on, which McGear knows is related to his not patron anymore. There's the dragon thing happening over in Buckshamia, but you guys are totally a part of that.
Somebody's got the hand of Vecna.
Somebody's got the hand of Vecna. Those are the only ones you know of.
Right, but to be fair, the hand of Vecna thing can't be traced back to us because no one knows we have it. And saying that the person who doesn't technically exist stole it out of a bag that they can't prove we had it in doesn't put us connected to that.
So, onward to the mountains, I suppose.
Guys, take a quick jaunt down to Fullentincy there and grab your horse. Not a big deal for adventurers of your level. Like maybe some cockatrice show up, you give them a good punt. Other than
Murder
that,
chickens.
yeah, murder chickens. You punt them a ways. At this level, like you know how to deal with them now. If any of you fall asleep on watch, weasels show up and steal your rations, as they always do, because weasels suck and they live everywhere, even at the bottom of the ocean. Who knows? They just don't have legs, and they're called eels. Yes, eels are just aquatic no-leg weasels in my book. It's the same thing. After that, you guys turn back north. Again, the quickest way to get there would be through Vatica, straight north up into the mountains. However, as you guys travel north and we time jump to the base of the mountains, a handful of days, maybe like a week total travel, we will end tonight's session there. As far as I know. Go ahead.
Oh, while we're in Vatica the first time before we go down to Fallen Tincy, I'm gonna
Sure.
grab my horse from Kedron's house, which is, I assume, where we were at to begin with, right? Where the meeting was at?
Not at Kedron's house. It was basically at the Big Head police station of the entire country.
Okay,
But
well, we're near Kedron's
you can
house.
go to Kedron. Yeah, it's in the same city. You can run by and grab it. Not a
And-
big deal.
And if you're
I'm
cool with
not
it,
gonna
Kedron,
make
you
you-
can borrow my horse, so you don't have to buy another one.
Works for now.
And you guys head out. You go down, grab Alara's horse, head back north.
Does Vatican have any
Um,
guarding?
No, but you can grab someone full intensity. How about that? Just spend your gold, grab your barding.
It has a ring mail.
Oh, it already has ring mail. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not my horse. I'm not spending extra on the extra armor.
And it is
Awesome.
a war horse, so...
All right, war horse with ring mail armor. Congratulations. Have fun. Enjoy. I think everyone has mounting now.
Think so.
Yeah.
Magir?
Magir still has the horse he borrowed from Vatica the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
Because I
I think
think
it's
he
just
left
a
that in
regular
Helen
horse. It's not a
Tinsia
war
as well.
horse. Yeah, y'all can grab it there. Y'all can grab your horse there. It's fine. Not a big deal. And with that, you are at the base of the mountains. You know it gets super duper cold in the mountains, like ridiculously, redonkulously cold. Just gonna throw that out there.
Extra cloak. Layer up.
There is cold weather gear. For a full set of cold weather gear, it'll be like 10 gold a piece to grab a full set of cold weather gear.
Can't get that from Vatican for free.
Not the specialized equipment in this case. This is a little bit more specific. We'll call it a deposit so they can make more if they need to. They can reimburse you if you bring it back.
Fair enough.
Cool. And that is where we will end tonight's session. So if there is anyone watching other than you, Jacob, you don't count, go away. Or don't, because I think 4 like normal watchers is what you need to like get stuff. So whatever. Have a good night. Thank you all for joining us. We will hopefully see you next week. As far as I know, there shouldn't be any conflicts with scheduling. I don't have any. Until then, stay well, homies.